Every morning, you wake up, check your phone, scroll for 5 minutes that turn into 50, skip breakfast, rush out the door, and tell yourself, I'm fine. But you're not. Because those little things you call normal are the very things quietly destroying your mental health. This isn't about motivation or productivity. It's about how your brain decays from small habits that feel harmless. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your mornings might be the reason you feel anxious, unfocused, and emotionally drained before the day even begins. You think your mental breakdown started from a bad day. But what if it started from your morning routine, weeks, months, or even years ago? The first mistake is one we're all guilty of. You wake up and grab your phone. Before your eyes even adjust to the light, your brain is already being hijacked. Psychologically, your phone trains your mind to expect instant stimulation before it even wakes up fully. This floods your brain with dopamine, the same chemical that keeps gamblers at slot machines. So now, instead of calm focus, your brain starts the day craving more noise, more scrolling, more distraction. You've trained your brain to panic when silence comes. Imagine your mind is like a garden. By checking your phone first thing, you're not gently watering the plants. You're blasting them with a fire hose of information, anxiety, and social pressure. You're starting your day in a reactive state, responding to other people's emergencies and timelines instead of setting your own. Your nervous system is immediately put on high alert. This isn't a healthy way to wake up. It's a recipe for starting the day already behind, already stressed, and already disconnected from yourself. And it's a cycle that repeats every single morning, conditioning your brain for chaos. Next up, you call it intermittent fasting, but your brain calls it starvation mode. Skipping breakfast or replacing it with just caffeine is a disaster for your mental state. Without glucose from food, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logic and emotional control, goes offline. So when your boss annoys you or your partner says something small, you explode. It's not because of that one moment, but because your brain literally doesn't have the fuel to manage your response. And that coffee on an empty stomach, that's a cortisol bomb. Your stress hormone spikes, leaving you jittery, anxious, and emotionally unstable all morning. You're essentially telling your body that it's in a famine and needs to run on stress hormones to survive. This isn't just about feeling hangry. It's about crippling your brain's ability to regulate emotions, make clear decisions, and focus. And you're setting yourself up for an emotional roller coaster before your workday has even started. Notice how you can't do anything in silence anymore. You've got music, podcasts, or YouTube videos playing, even when you shower or brush your teeth. You call it staying productive or making the most of your time. But your brain calls it escape. This constant background noise stops your mind from processing emotions. All the little anxieties, worries, and feelings from the previous day get pushed down, but they don't disappear. That's why you feel so overwhelmed later in the day. It's all the unprocessed stress from the morning that finally hits you the moment you slow down. Your brain needs downtime to sort through information and emotions. When you deny it that quiet space, you create a mental backlog. Think of it like never taking out the trash. Eventually, it overflows and makes the whole house stink. Your mind is the same. The constant noise keeps you from hearing your own inner voice, which is often trying to tell you what you need. Let's talk about something we often overlook: sunlight. When you go from a dark room straight into a car or an office, your brain never gets the clear signal that it's daytime. Your circadian rhythm, which is your brain's natural body clock, becomes confused. This isn't a small thing. A dysregulated circadian rhythm is directly linked to depression, chronic fatigue, and persistent brain fog. Just 10 minutes of morning sunlight can stabilize your mood for the entire day. The photons from the sun hit your retina and send a powerful message to your brain to shut down melatonin production and start producing hormones that make you feel awake, alert, and positive. But when you miss it long enough, day after day, your brain begins to forget what awake truly feels like. You end up feeling groggy, unmotivated, and in a low-grade state of gloom, without even realizing the simple, free solution is right outside your door. You wake up late, so you rush your shower, check emails while you scroll social media, and chug coffee, all at once. You think you're saving time, but neurologically you're putting your brain into panic mode before breakfast has even crossed your mind. When you multitask first thing in the morning, your brain releases stress hormones, cortisol, and adrenaline, as if you're in real danger. So even though nothing is actually wrong, your body feels like it's surviving a crisis before 9 a.m. That's why so many people feel completely burned out before noon. They never start their day feeling grounded or calm. They start it in survival mode. Your brain isn't designed to juggle multiple tasks effectively, especially not when it's just coming online. This rush culture creates a foundation of anxiety that you carry with you throughout the day, making you more irritable, less focused, and more likely to feel completely drained by the time you get home. Your mind needs silence just like your lungs need air. But for so many of us, silence feels deeply uncomfortable. Why? Because that's when the real thoughts come to the surface, the regrets, the fears, the loneliness, the things you've been avoiding. So, you distract yourself. You fill every quiet moment with sound because silence reminds you of what you haven't healed. But here's the truth. The people who learn to sit in silence every morning, even for just a few minutes, are the ones who stay mentally stable through chaos. That silence is where self-awareness is born. It's where you can check in with yourself, notice your emotional state, and untangle your thoughts before they become overwhelming. By constantly avoiding it, you're not just avoiding discomfort, you're avoiding the very practice that could build your mental resilience and bring you peace. Finally, let's address the root of the problem, a lack of intention. If your mornings don't have a plan, your mind becomes the plan. Every random thought, every worry, every notification dictates your direction for the day. When you don't control your mornings control you. And that is exactly how burnout, anxiety, and emotional numbness quietly begin. Without a moment to set an intention, to decide what kind of day you want to have or what truly matters, you become a passenger in your own life, tossed around by external demands and internal anxieties. You are essentially letting the chaos of the world steer your ship before you've even had a chance to look at the map. This lack of direction is exhausting, and over time it erodes your sense of purpose and control, leaving you feeling adrift and depleted. Your morning habits are not just routines. They are powerful psychological scripts that decide how your brain will function for the next 24 hours. Fix your mornings, and your mental health begins to heal. Ignore them, and your mind slowly decays until one day you can't even remember who you were before all the noise began. It's time to take back your mornings and, with them, your peace of mind. This is the Psycho Nurse. I help you understand what your mind does and what it hides. If you want more psychological breakdowns like this to reclaim your mental clarity, subscribe. Because awareness is the first cure.